For all those who don't know us, we are PEP.
Good evening. Welcome to this episode of Fresh Start Live with Fee and Pat, where the motto is, stay ready, keep from getting ready. I'm Pat.
And I'm Fee.
All righty, so what we got going on today?
I don't know, I'm wondering why you wearing a mask today.
This is not a good allergy day for me, so in order to not sneeze on everybody and everything, I'm protected.
All right, I thought you carrying that Omicron's virus with you.
According to the news, we all carrying it.
Well, it's been a hectic last 2 weeks because anywhere on the news or a bunch of my family, even friends, everybody getting COVID.
Yeah. I probably know 4 people in the last week and a half who said that they are positive, so.
And the good thing is we stay at home.
Yes, so Mr. Social Distance himself. So what we talking about today?
Well, vision board. It's a very appropriate topic for today. Okay. It's one of the activity that we've been doing the last 4 years together, and it's also a something different, something that we change on. One of the things that we do in PEP now is vision board. Right. It used to be Coda Barn. Yeah. Right. So you explain what a vision board is?
Yeah. So a vision board is kind of a business plan for your year. Since we are talking entrepreneurship, I stumbled into a vision board party about 6 years ago, not knowing what I was getting myself into, but I agreed to go and end up doing a vision board, and it's something I've done every year since. So what it is, it allows you at the first of the year, instead of a resolution, it create a vision. What do you want to accomplish through the year? And for me, I always chose 4 areas of life to kind of focus on, which was faith, family, work, family, physical fitness, mental health awareness, and work. So this year I did something different with my vision board.
Can we see what your vision board look like?
Sure. So this year my vision board is more about a reminder, more about things to be mindful of. You see, I have here in the center, I have a clock, but the clock is blacked out to kind of remind me that we never know how much time we have. So yeah, but I have other reminders all over the board that really cover all.
You have a lot of I guess text term in here.
Yeah. So it's more a reminder to me, and I feel like if I stay reminded of these things, then I'll accomplish the other things that I aspire for in my life for this year.
So what is the significance of this? Couldn't you just use a piece of paper and write all of these things down on a piece of paper?
You could, but you'd easily throw that paper away. So for me, I have this vision board, but if you look at the screensaver on my phone, it's this. If you look at my watch, it's this. This is actually going to be posted by the door of my bedroom. So when I leave, I see it. It's a constant reminder of.
So if it's a reminder, what about an action plan? How do you turn those reminder into some actionable task?
You know what I mean? Even if a person, in my opinion, even if a person do it without intention for actions, once you see it over a period of time, continuously, repetitively, it puts you in a mindset where you have to create some actions behind it. So it's kind of like a few things I told you that I wanted to do for this year. Like one of them is passive income that doesn't require me to have a job or to do work. And I know that with what I have here, the constant reminder saying, it's going to keep me focused on that. Even when I feel like, you know what, I don't want to do this, or this is really not worth it, I'm constantly reminding myself of what I told myself. So.
Okay. So I've been doing the vision board with you, I believe 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
So what I got out of it is when I sat down and trying to think what do I want to accomplish next year? What does it look like? And then I start from that. It seemed like it's a picture, and then I translate those pictures into term, word, and then a letter. And then I look through these magazines. As I look through them, I'm repeating this thing over and over in my head because that's what I'm looking for.
You kind of did something different this year also, didn't you?
Yeah, I do something a little bit. I'm a little bit more on the artistic side than more of the logical side.
Right.
So that's what it looked like. You know, a little bit more colorful.
A lot more colorful than mine.
You know, fill it up with colors, presents, plants, and stuff like that. But like I was saying, you know, it's no image in my head translated to word, and then just repeating it every time I turn a page. And that you know, people say if you want to learn something, you have to keep on repeating it over and over. It's like you learn a new word. So I think the value of the vision board for me, I know it's a one-day exercise, but it's allowed me to repeat what I want to accomplish over and over and over.
Yeah, it's a repetition, a constant reminder. As long as you don't do like some people maybe put it where they can't see it. I've actually ridden around with mine in my back seat since we did them. And it's kind of like I meant to take it in the house, but I didn't. But every time I look in my rearview mirror, I'll see it's kind of riding with me like a buddy. So.
You know, a few years ago, actually, I cheated on the vision board because I couldn't find what I need in the magazine, so I just looked it up and printed it out.
Yeah.
But this year, majority of on that board is what I found in the magazines. You know.
What other areas of vision board you think, or even just having that vision plan or whatever you think is important?
So for this channel instance, you know, we changed several times already.
Yeah.
And you and I talk about our new directions for this channel. Even though when we first started out, we want to make this a non-PEP channel, but we end up talking about PEP all the time. And we always gravitate toward what's going on with PEP updates, all of these. So going forward, the vision that we have for the channel is going to be strictly PEP. We're going to do more update on PEP. We're going to do more story about PEP. But to keep our content fresh, we're gonna add on another channel.
Okay.
All right, continue with the telling a story. All right. No, I'm not saying that PEP don't have great story, but there are many stories out there that about people who messed up, went to prison, and then end up using that to advance themselves. Okay. You know, surprisingly, when I did research on that, I looked up successful people who have been to prison, and I actually found one of our PEP brother on that page.
Yeah, very interesting. I found that to be very interesting. and when I asked him about it, you know, it kind of like it was the best thing he'd ever done until he went to acknowledge who all was on that page and was like, this guy's a millionaire, this lady's a millionaire, this guy's a millionaire, I'm next. Yeah, that was pretty cool. But I think that's going to be beautiful, because I think a lot of people that hear PEP stories, even though they probably resonate with a lot of people, they probably feel like they're on the outside looking into an inside joke, because us and our viewers, they understand what the PEP story is and what the PEP guys are. For a guy who on the outside kind of like, PEP, what is that? And don't get a lot of it. But to have a channel focused on just the stories, without that piece, I think, you know, anybody will be able to connect.
So, not many people know, but I think people who work with me know that I'm not a very good writer, right? I'm not a very good storyteller. I actually don't even want to get in front of a crowd, or don't, especially in front of a camera. And the reason I'm doing this is I want to overcome this fear. And I know my I guess my shortcoming, or my area I'm not good at is writing. So to do another channel that's going to be required. Storytelling is going to force me out of my comfort zone. I want to have to learn a new skill.
I actually think you tell great stories because a lot of my analogies come from your stories. So and I kind of, glean them and make them my own, so. But yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be challenging for both of us because the technical side for you, I think for me, it's going to be more the research and really digging into the facts, which I can, I do it with school, but I think it's also going to be kind of exciting because the preliminary stuff we've done to now has been kind of like eye-opening to learn stories of this guy and that guy, and it's kind of like, okay, this is where he came from. But
so to give the audience a little bit into what Pat and I plan to do with this new channel, is we're going to use what we call like 3 minutes storytelling, and we believe that people learn by emulating other people that are in a similar background. So there's a lot of guys who end up in prison for whatever reason it is. And if they watching these short 3 minutes videos of somebody who is kind of similar to their background, and then being in prison or in jail and turn that into something positive and actually giving a basics, here's 3 points of how you can do it or how I did it.
Right.
And hopefully other people will emulate. And also on the family side, they can use that to give them hope. Because once they see somebody they love going to prison, and of course the media, as everything else, is all negative. Throw him in prison, throw the key away.
Yeah.
Or guys who go into prison coming out, most likely will go back to prison again. But we saw the story of guys like, what's that judge that I told you?
Judge Mathis.
Yeah, went to prison and turned around and become a judge.
Right.
And there's many guys are like that. Not only celebrity, but they are corporate CEO, or guys that are coming in and coming out be a good father.
Yeah.
So those are the stories that we want to celebrate, and we want to do it in 3 minutes.
It's going to be exciting. I was kind of watching the show yesterday that kind of made me think about that also, and it was talking about one of the original Latin kings in New York.
Mm-hmm.
You know what he's doing now? He and his former adversary have this organization called Rebuild the Hood. And for the last 5 years, all they've been doing is renovating parks, community building, family building. It's kind of like those stories don't get told. And then you hear their why they went into that. One guy's like, my son was shot 30 times while I was locked up. So when I came back to the neighborhood, I realized I was responsible for that, even though I wasn't here. And it's kind of like, there's a lot of stories that in 3 minutes, a story like that could resonate with somebody. I did what I thought I had to do, but I realized I have other options. So it's going to be exciting.
So we're going to feature those videos on this channel also. So those stories are going to be a topic of discussion.
So what are we going to name the show?
I don't know. This is something that has to do with 3 minute storytelling.
All right, fellas. That's what we need you guys' help on. Let's get some name suggestions. So who we got with us today? XCOM Fitness. We see you back on. Donald Jones, Red Hot in the house. Michael Devers, first time. Mike, welcome. G Phil, finally able to get on. So y'all help us come up with some creative names.
And I told my cousin Edison Wynn about this our ideas, and he already flooded my inbox with information. So I can't use any excuse that I don't know these stuff, but he's already put me to work.
For those who don't know, Edison is our executive producer, our director, the guy behind the scene that you never seen, but he's also the E in our PEP. What happened? Oh. Yeah, but so what else? What we got next? Juan Chopper, we're glad you finally made it, even though your job inside the studio is, has gone, but we'll leave that alone.
So what other thing that you want to share about Vision Board?
I think that each family as a unit should probably, take the time to put together a vision board. Because I know that everybody have their individual, but where do you plan to go for that year as a family? How you plan to grow? How you plan to move? Organizationally, like you said on the unit, one of the things we did on the unit is we had them create pod vision boards. What is the vision for the pods? So that they can move together, as well as individual boards. I think what you can do with it, I think is unlimited. If you get a collective mind group of people who are working toward a common goal, it's much easier than 10 people that's moving in different directions, but say they're trying to reach the same direction. Kind of like a roadmap.
Yeah, I think the vision board is one way to calling other people who are like-minded to help you out.
Yeah.
So normally the last day of the year, my family kind of sit together, have a meal, spend a night together playing games, and we discuss what to do for next year. Yeah. So for my family, my kid decided that we're going to go to San Antonio, check out the Alamo, the Riverwalk, and then in the summer, they want to go down to South Padre.
Okay.
And so I told them that we're going to post up a bulletin board that if they find picture of the Alamo, thing that they want to do, they want to put it on that board, and that way creating an excitement for the adventure.
Cool.
So it's another version of a vision board.
Yeah, that's an ever-growing through the year vision board. So we know what our big picture look like. Let's put a lot of little pictures to make the big picture happen.
And even with Juan Chapa, he talking about doing, is it NFT?
Yeah.
He wanted to do his business on that, and he actually project that vision through text with me.
Yeah. All right, Millionaire Juan. That's your new name, Millionaire Juan. That's pretty cool, though.
So what's the update inside unit?
So inside unit, we're back in for our first event this coming Friday at Bell Unit in Cleveland. So I think right now we have a projected 19 executive volunteers. We're trying to get a couple of alumni graduates back in, but we have 14 businesses that will be pitched. Estes currently, they're on medical lockdown due to high exposure of COVID cases. So we've been out of there since Monday. Monday is when the entire unit went down.
Okay. So, and they also have a workshop coming up.
Yes,
right?
so we were fortunate enough to record 15 of their 17 teams. So they have 15 teams that'll be participating in the workshop on Friday.
Okay. Out here, as you can see, we still have an empty room here. No construction yet, but we only in January. Last time I told you guys it's going to be in February.
Oh, February.
And Brian, our CEO, also confirmed that, and we should see some sled hammer or something like that going on in the background in February.
Okay. Moon Rocket NFTs. Okay, Juan. Yeah, so that's what we got going on, fellas. Hope you guys had a great new year with your family.
If you haven't created a vision board, it's not too late. You can do it now.
It's not too late. It's never too late. It's not too late until December 31st, and then you'll be ready to create one for 2023.
And then if you are interested to join us, I know it's a little early invitation, but the last day of the year, from noon to whenever, we always have a party, a vision board party at the PEP office.
So I look back on my 2021 board when I was disassembling, and I realized that there was probably 30% of the stuff on there that I didn't accomplish. Like one of the primary things I had on there was Aruba, which the closer it got to me go to Aruba, I didn't even want to go anymore. So it's kind of like, cut it, but yeah.
So, Max, clarify what it is for me.
What, Max?
What is that?
What are you crying for, Max?
And,
Max says it's too late. A 3-minute life. Okay, Greg.
That sounds too short of a life.
Yeah. 3 minutes to live. Oh wow. Okay, Greg. Shoot some more. Come back with some more. Max, what is it? It is for me. Is it too late to create a vision board? Too late to have a vision? What's going on? But again, it's glad to see you guys with us, man. Some of you guys been with us since the beginning. Some of you guys come and go. Too late for what, Max? Oh, anyway. But so we got Mike, who was new here today. Everybody else has been here for at least a couple of shows through last year. What's our vision for this evening?
I think this episode right here. Look forward to this new year. Hopefully we promise to have new and fresh contents going forwards, and we're going to maintain in this direction.
Yeah. What's our projection for our first 3-minute video? Let's put some accountability on us and some pressure on us.
So we want to do at least 12 videos by the end of the year.
Okay.
All right. So 1 video per month.
1 video per
All
month.
right. So the first video might take a couple months, but toward the end we'll be able to produce a lot more.
Okay. I co-sign that with you. Yeah. All right, fellas. Again, we thank y'all for coming. Just remember, we're here to celebrate 1 million stories. Whether we celebrate them on this channel or the next one, we still be celebrating. Today, we're getting closer to that goal because we're celebrating a new year, new opportunities, and new movements. Just remember, freedom demands responsibility, responsibility demands accountability. So until the next time we see you guys, peace.
All right. See y'all next week.